A new Saiyan to face Goku and Vegeta. A new Saiyan that will push them far beyond their limits. One who's way stronger than any Saiyan that we have ever seen. A lost one who just recently arrived, searching for revenge. This is his story. The story of Vegeta's brother, Rigor, and how he has awakened and became the strongest Saiyan that we know of. This manga is called Dragon Ball New Age. We explored this manga before, where we seen the origin of Rigor and his intent to kill Vegeta. And we ended the story after his origin and intention. And now we continue our story. Vegeta doesn't know why though he wants to do that, why he wants to fight him. He doesn't remember. But either way, they change where they are now and they go to an isolated place to fight. As they get down, Vegeta tells him, "So are you going to tell me what all of this is about?" "I will when I'm good and ready. For now, just fight. Show me everything. I want to know if there's more to the so-called prince than a title and talk." "Fine, you want to see everything, you will get everything." As he powers up to a Super Saiyan 4, and in this timeline Vegeta trained enough to know how to transform to this form by his own without the need of equipment. Well, are you satisfied? In a way, quite a substantial improvement. This could be interesting after all. You see, I've always prided myself on my knack for being to accurately gauge my opponent's abilities. I can tell that you are a smart fighter and a seasoned warrior. Unless you knew it was the only way, you'd never use your full power against an opponent from the start. You're holding back a considerable amount of your power. At full power, I'd safely estimate that you're 2 if not 3 times stronger than you are now. But even after I considered all of those factors, even if you could quadruple your power, you would hardly be considered a match for me. As Rigor powers up a bit, this is 60% of my full power, slightly superior to what I estimate your full potential to be, but still more than enough to pound you into dust. He's underestimating Vegeta and overestimating himself. Rigor tells him, "Attack me and find out." He lost his mind, he can't be that strong, as Vegeta goes at him with his Super Saiyan 4 form. He's trying to land an attack, but none of them connect. "Is that all you can do? I expected you to be faster." As Vegeta hardly evades Rigor's punch, the fight stops and Rigor says, "Believe it or not, Vegeta, I'm trying very hard to simply be cautious. If I were to cut loose, I'd probably kill you before you got the chance to suffer, like you so deserve." Vegeta yells at him and says, "Fight like you mean it." Then Rigor, in a split second, lands a kick on Vegeta's stomach, hurting him bad. He didn't even see him move. "You wanted to know before about why I've come here to kill you. Fine, I'm ready to tell you now." When he told the story about how his mother died and how he was saved by her and put in a pod, he didn't mention that before he was too far away to see, he watched his mother die and he saw the face of the one that did it. It was Vegeta. He was only 4 years old to remember, but he is the one that took her life and shot her in the back like a coward. Rigor says, "I've relived that moment every day since. Not a night has gone by that I haven't dreamt of the day when you would be crushed and broken, laying in the dirt, groveling before me, just as you are now, like the dog that you are. You're going to suffer just as I have all these years. I will grind you into nothing more than a bloody smear across my fists. And once I see your crumpled, broken body, I'd watch you choke on your own blood as you beg me for mercy. I will snuff your life out, slowly and painfully." The hatred in him, the hatred towards his own brother. And honestly, I don't blame him for that. After all, he took his mother's life. As Rigor kicks Vegeta away, Vegeta tries to stand up. Damn it all, this is one hell of a mess. Come on Vegeta, think. Everything has a breaking point. There's got to be a way to put this guy down. As Vegeta is just standing there, nervous, not knowing what to do, broken. He doubts that he is the legendary Saiyan. Because of that, he powers up and launches towards Rigor with a key attack. As it hits, a giant explosion happens that shakes the earth. But from the smoke, it's Rigor nothing has happened to him. He didn't even scratch him. Because of that, Vegeta decides that it's now or never. He's gonna go full power on him. As he powers up more, he releases all of his power. Now, you are finished. He fires a final flash towards Rigor with his full power. As it reaches him, Rigor kicks the attack and shoots it right to space. It was Vegeta's full power, but he just deflected with one kick. Vegeta apologizes and says, I'm sorry. He doesn't blame Rigor for hating him. They walked the same paths before. Vegeta changed and he's not the same person that killed his mother anymore. He just wants to say that he's sorry. But that doesn't hit Rigor. It makes him even more furious. He doesn't want to forgive him and doesn't want to atone for his sins. He just wants to crush him. And that will satisfy him. And then he will accept his apology. So, are you ready? Vegeta, here I come. As he launches towards him in a fast speed, he kicks him right on his head, knocking him down. And then he grabs his leg and punches him on his stomach. Vegeta is bleeding. He throws him to the air, then teleports right on top of him and sends him back, crashing towards the ground. Vegeta is badly hurt and he's crawling. This is just pathetic. He can't even get up. You don't even deserve my full power. Come now, Vegeta. Says something profound, something to be carved onto your gravestone. He says, watch your back. Which then Rigor gets hit on his back with a key blast from Piccolo. As he turns around, it's Goten. He kicks him, sending him crashing to the mountains behind him. As Vegeta gets up, as does Rigor, he flies from the earth and lands. Vegeta explains who this guy is to Trunks, Piccolo, and Goten. This guy is at least twice as strong as I am. Even if the four of us attack at once, it would be a futile effort. We can't beat him that way. If he's as strong as he says he is, it won't matter how many of us attack him. But there may be a way. Vegeta has been developing a technique. The blast should be enough to beat him, but he can't hit the attack since Rigor is fast and he needs a minute to charge the attack. You three would have to distract him and then get him into the air after a minute. And they all agree it's their last effort to beat Rigor. Then the three of them launch towards Rigor as Vegeta is charging the attack. He only has one shot at this. He releases a lot of power. Even Rigor's wife notices this. As Piccolo, Goten, and Trunks are battling Rigor, he knocks the three of them away at once. Piccolo talks to Goten and Trunks and tells them, listen to me. On my mark, give it all you've got. Don't hold anything back. As they all power up. Now, they all teleport in front of Rigor. As they're charging an energy attack, they blast him away to the sky. As he's in the air, Vegeta says, now I've got you right where I want you. Merge, final atomic shine, as he fires his new technique with all its massive power. It hits Rigor and sends him away to space. The attack is massive. It has more power than Vegeta has. He pushed himself to the limit. As a giant crater is created beneath Vegeta, he powers down to his base form and falls down. Rigor is in space, but he didn't die. It's been ages since anyone has hit me like that. You can grow your power all you want. You can never compare to me. My power has no equal. My rage has no bounds. I will see justice served. I will see you punished for the crimes against me. I will see you dead. Goku is feeling what's going on as Vegeta's key dropped after he fired that attack, and Rigor's key is missing. Something about him doesn't feel right. As they all look up in the air, they see Rigor fly towards them all as he crashes in front of them. He knows that they don't have any trump cards anymore, so now he will finish them off. Goku senses what's going on. Vegeta won't be able to defend himself. He takes the Senzu beans and calls for Up and Gohan to teleport. Then they do. The three warriors have arrived, and for the first time Goku sees the new Saiyan, Rigor. And moments after that, the Senzu beans brought by Goku are gone. Goku and Vegeta, realizing that their powers are the only ones capable of facing Rigor, they tell Gohan and the others to watch from a distance. As both of them face Rigor, Goku asks him, how bad off are we then, Vegeta? He tells him he doesn't know exactly, but it's at least twice that bad. So no good holding back then. Vegeta tells him, if we want to live, not an option. If I have one advice to give, it's all or nothing from the start. Both of them face Rigor, but on their face, it's seen that they are nervous. It's their last stand. Rigor tells them with a smile, 3 hits, that's all you get. As both of them power up to a Super Saiyan 4 right off the bat, they're gonna give it their all. Rigor smiles as Vegeta launches at him with a punch. That's 1 hit. Then Goku teleports to him and kicks him. That's hit number 2. But after that, Vegeta goes at him with another kick on his face. And that's the attack number 3. As Goku screams for Vegeta. Now they both go in with a punch, but Rigor stops their attacks and says, that's quite enough of this little game. Your free hit period has expired. I do believe I've let you win for long enough. So this is it. Rigor has been awakened. He's gonna release his full power. Goku and Vegeta using their full power weren't a match for him. He didn't even transform, or he didn't even go 100%. So now the strongest Saiyan has been awakened. Rigor is now gonna show them who's the strongest around. After Rigor has released his power, Gohan standing there says that they can't win. Rigor is just a monster. He's hiding his power almost perfectly. Only at the moment of impact, it was for just an instant that Gohan could barely feel it. But in that moment, I can feel just how powerful he really is. Goku and Vegeta aren't a match for him. None of them have a chance against Rigor. Elder Kai is watching the fight. He knew about Rigor and he knew that he was hiding. He never thought that he will come to Earth and find Vegeta, but the worst has happened. That's why he didn't tell them about him, since he never expected that they will meet. He says that Rigor outmatched them in every possible way there is. After all, he's the Saiyan of legend, and their only hope is to beat him the way he is now. But if Rigor unleashed his ultimate power, he fears that even Gogeta may fail against his wrath. Even when they fuse, if Rigor releases all of his power, they won't stand against him. Back to Earth, as Goku and Vegeta are standing there. Goku realized how strong Rigor is. It's everything that Vegeta told him and more. He's so strong that they will be finished if they let their guard down. Vegeta says it's only the tip of the iceberg. He knew how strong he was, but then his power spiked again. After he hit him with his most powerful attacks, he's been hiding his true strength. Rigor smiles and says that it's true. He hasn't been using all of his power quite yet. He has been hovering around 80% of his full power. And don't mistake this, I can crush you easily with only 80%. But since you now know that I have just a bit of reserve, I think it's only fitting you see my full powers before you die. So now, he's not gonna hold back, not even for a bit. He tells them that they should feel honored. They're only the second opponents who will see his full strength in a fight. Prepare yourselves. First, you will witness. Then, I will crush you. Rigor starts to power up, and his wife says, the strain might be too much for your body. Still, so long as you don't change, you promised me. Meaning that this isn't his full power just yet. He's hiding something else, since he said that this is his full power, but then she says, as long as you don't change. So he can transform or do something different that he's not showing yet. But with that, he powers up even more. He releases a lot of ki. He's just standing there with everything around him crushed. He's just standing. Goku and Vegeta are not letting their guard down. Goku feels that something is odd. Rigor just launches at them and says, now die. As he goes at Goku first and kicks him away. Then Vegeta launches at him, but Rigor blocks his punch. Do you see now, Vegeta? Today you will pay for your crimes. And dear brother, know this, as he's smiling and looking him in the eyes. Even now, as I stand before you, my full power revealed, you see me as only a fraction of what I truly am. This is what his wife was talking about him hiding something and not changing. How does it feel knowing that for all your efforts, your power is nothing compared to me? How does it feel to know you can't save yourself from me, from oblivion? With that, he punches Vegeta on his face, knocking him away. But from behind him, Goku attacks him. He blocks the attack. Too slow. He punches him away as Vegeta goes at him once more. He kicks him also, throwing them both away from him. As they're standing side by side, Vegeta says, even with the two of us, this fight is just as one-sided as before. Goku replies with, maybe not for long, Vegeta. Vegeta doesn't know what he's talking about. Goku explains, right after he hit his full power, his power started to drop. But he's not sure why. Maybe it's like when Frieza used his full power. His body might not be able to withstand it for long. And they're right, his power is dropping even faster than Rigor has expected. Goku feels that this is their only chance. Their only chance to beat this guy once and for all. And if they fail now, maybe this time they won't save Earth. As Goku and Vegeta are facing Rigor, they launch at him and their fight just sparks. They drove him back, but he gets his hand up and fires a key blast towards them both at point blank. It doesn't hit them, but as the explosion happens, they can't see a thing, and from the light, Rigor launches at Goku, kicking him away. Vegeta teleports behind him and catches him off guard. He lands a kick on him for the first time in a long time. Rigor then kicks him away as Goku launches at him. His power is fading fast. We can't let up, not for a second. As he lands an attack on Rigor, he's thrown away, but Vegeta goes at him once more, with an attack after the other. Goku joins him too. They're both going at him. They're driving him back with their attacks. Even that Rigor overpowers them. His power is dropping, and they're matching his speed and movement. When they're both right in front of him, they release all of their powers and fire a key attack at him, and it's a direct hit. The attack drives Rigor back. The power is just something out of the ordinary. Goku and Vegeta are tired. They put everything in that last attack. They didn't finish the job. They feel Rigor is mad as we see him buried between the rocks. He opens his eyes and releases his power. Now it's something else. He screams and says, I will kill all of you. Dead. All of you are dead. Now he's really mad. This can't be happening. I refuse to accept this. I am the legendary Saiyan. I am the most powerful natural born fighter in the cosmos. I will not allow two weaklings to surpass my powers. He's been holding back all this time, and now, since he's losing, his pride got hurt. Goku tells him, your power is burning out. Soon either of us will be too much for you, legendary or not. You've lost. He smiles and says, I've lost? He laughs and laughs. I've lost? You fools. You have no idea what I'm yet capable of. Such arrogance. Before you die, allow me to tell you something about the power you've awoken, one that has lain dormant for so long. He explains that there was a time long ago when he was capable of becoming a Super Saiyan 4, and the power that he released before was that of a true Super Saiyan 4. You two are barely scratching the surface of that form. You haven't even gone beyond the infant stage of the form yet. If you ascended beyond your current level, you might have a better chance than you have now. But I have long ago. I have evolved my body and drawn out all that power to the surface, so I don't need to transform into such obsolete forms. Such forms are obsolete when compared to the level beyond Super Saiyan 4, a fifth form more powerful than all the others. So he can transform to a Super Saiyan 5. That's what he's implying. He powers up and says, behold the power of the fifth Saiyan state. As he powers up even more, his wife sees that. This is the promise that he made, that he won't transform to a Super Saiyan 5. So she runs away, because he can't control himself. Once he transforms, she also will be at risk. As we see, Rigor is powering up more and more and releasing a lot of power. His hair grew long and the sky turned black. His eyes turned also black. Then he releases all his power as a flash appears and an explosion happens. From the smoke, we see Rigor. His skin is even black. He looks like a Super Saiyan 4, but darker. When they see the transformed Rigor, they realize that now they can barely comprehend his powers. He may even exceed the power of Beerus. He just stands there and smiles. Now, none of you will walk away from here alive. As he charges an attack, and Rigor hasn't lied. He promised himself before, and he told them and said that he will avenge his mother, that he will kill Vegeta and Goku. He made a promise to them, and especially to Vegeta, that he will be the one that will kill him. And now that he transformed to a Super Saiyan 5, knowing that he might not be able to control himself, he won't go back on his word, and he will kill both of them. This is his promise to them, and his promise to himself. With that, he says, which of your friends I will kill first? He throws the attack towards them. As it explodes, they all get away from it. Rigor is gone. You see Oob is looking for Rigor, but then he's right behind him. He grabs him by his neck and says, we have a winner. As he takes Oob out, and he hasn't lied either. When he said he will take out one of their friends, he didn't lie. And when he promised that he will be the one that take their lives, he hasn't lied. He keeps his word and promises. He took his life in front of his master Goku. So what would he do next? This was the story of Vegeta's brother and his promise to them. A sickening promise of an evil Saiyan. This was the story of Dragon Ball New Age this far. The stories of revenge never end good for both sides. A story of a Saiyan who went on that path. A Saiyan who promised himself that he will avenge his mother for something that a kid has did long ago. Someone who has changed. He wants him to atone for his sins. The story of Vegeta's brother. This was the story of Rigor's promise of vengeance to Goku and Vegeta. Thank you for watching, and saying that, I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.